Welcome everybody to another episode of Chris and Dave's Reality Cast. I am one of your hosts, Chris Phelps, and my co-host and very good friend is Mr. Dave Horrocks.
Hey there, Chris, and hello to our listeners out there. You are listening to Chris and Dave's TV Reality Cast, and we are covering Love Island USA Season 3, Episode 1. Why, Chris? Because we're a couple of bellends, aren't we? And we just love this shit.
You never used to love this shit, but I've dragged you in and I've created a monster now because you're more fucking, well, I don't know if you are more into it, these shit. Let's be the Love Island stuff. You love it. So, like I do, to be fair, but no, we're here. We're going to do episode 1 of Love Island and US. And where this goes, nobody knows, guys, but we're going to give it a good go.
Yeah, so probably won't do daily episodes, but since this is the premiere, then, we'll do this on its own so we can meet the OGs and, give our opinions on how we think this is going to go. And I've got to say, Chris, letting you peek at my cards a little bit, kind of liking this group a little bit more than the UK, I think. I think these seem a bit more genuine. And I think there's going to be a little bit more messiness in this season.
Yes, I agree, Dave. And I must admit, Mr. Voiceover Man, I've forgotten about him, but he's getting better. He is getting
Matt
better.
Hoffman.
Matt Hoffman, he's good fun. When I heard his voice, it was like, oh, we are back on the US tour now, Dave. The fact that we've got them running simultaneously again is fucking scandalous. What are they doing to us, Dave? What are they doing to us? But yeah, and they're in Hawaii, so I was like, oh, here we go. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this season. I agree. I think already I've invested in the people without having to constantly look at the notes. I think there was enough in this first episode to remember pretty much all the names, and that doesn't happen a lot in Love Island. So, and I went in blind on this one, Dave. I didn't watch any of the preview stuff that we did a preview for the UK one. We just haven't had time to do the US one. So I actually wanted to go in it fresh, not knowing anything. And I've actually, when we've been posted on our social media channels, I've skipped past everything to do with the US one until we get to the point of watching it. So I'm really interested in what you think about all this.
Yeah. I'd watched the previews, but then by the time the episode starts, I've kind of forgot them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's the same format, isn't it? And we meet all the girls initially and they get acquainted in the villa. And then we get Ariel. I guess this is the ultimate fuck you to you, Chris, and your Love Island audition because, they haven't picked you up on your generous offer to go over there and replace Ariel. I am as sad as you that we couldn't do swapsies there.
Yes. You would have been doing live episodes there, David. But she doesn't do anything, does she? Let's be honest. She's not like...
I like her. I think she pokes fun at herself more than any of the other hosts that we see on Love Island. I think she's good fun.
No, Dave, she's not bad, but she's no Chris Phelps. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? Imagine me strutting in there, coming down the old greying-haired man now, getting down them stairs. Hell. You know what I mean? They'd be like, who the fuck's this granddad? But anyway...
I think Ariel pulls it off better.
The two-piece fucking bikini, I think she does there. Well, the outfit. She does, to be fair. But no, you're right. So the first couple of people in, it's Olivia and Kasia, and they're all talking. You get the video stuff, don't you? Like, Olivia's I'm a tomboy, and Kasia's talking about herself. She's a really nice girl. She talks about her hair. Pulls a wig off saying she shaved her hair, which is really, really interesting. She's like, this is me. And I've got to give her complete respect for doing that, Dave, because it's really, really good. Then we get Kira. She's from Hawaii. She's a native. And they're also, and she said she loves a bit of love language, bit of touching, Dave. Now, when she said, I've not touched the man. Crazy. Yeah. So she's in the right place. Then we get Shannon. Now, Shannon comes in and she's the blonde girl, isn't she? She's chatting away. She works on the construction site. She doesn't finance. She doesn't mess about. She works with hot builders, Dave. Not seen many of them in my lifetime, and I work around builders a lot. So I'm not sure.
I love that fucking builder's arse when they're fucking fixing something. Usually a
smell
big
of
fucking
BO.
hairy crack.
Yeah. They've been laying bricks all day, smelling of fucking BO and fucking cigarettes and all. Yeah. Oh, there's some hot guys there.
I think she means like stripper builders, you know, like not
Magic
real
Mike,
builders.
you know. Well, Magic Mike, fucking, what's he called? Channing Tatum. He's like an architect or someone on a building site, something like that. I think that's what she's going for, Dave. But I will say, when fucking Trina comes in and, you know, she's the nurse, she's talking, she experiments in bed, Dave. She's done everything you can think of and more. She was like, oh, okay. But I love the fact that her opening line is, what star sign is she? She goes, hang on, he's coming to me. Gemini, no, you're close. It's one of 12. Sagittarius, no. Scorpio, no. Cancer, no. It was like she went like, is there any point of that open-ended question? You've got a 1 in 12 chance of getting the right star sign. It was just a 1 in 11, where he's, but it was just one of, you know, them nervous conversations. So it did make me tickle. But like you say, Ariel comes in, strutting down the stairs, Dave. She's got the proper model walk, and it's all, you know, ready. Let's do it. So yeah, so I do think the glamour of this and the setting is phenomenal. The place where they are, the waterfall. I mean, it's lovely. The UK one in Mallorca. I mean, that's within 2 hours of the UK. It's a really, really lovely setting. But that looks phenomenal, Dave. Really does with the backdrop. And also, they've got a slide, Dave.
Oh, and we'll get onto the slide a little bit later, because I saw that and I'm like, oh, Love Island USA, you win. You know, I mean, let's face it, right? We still can't get within 2 meters of anyone here. So anything looks pretty good. But I must admit, that setting just looks absolutely phenomenal. And the fact they've got a fucking slide in there, I mean, I'm sure by day 2, everyone's a bit bored of it, but I'm not sure I would be.
No.
Like every day, I think I'll be on that damn thing. Probably have a broken back, but, you know, I think it just looks great. And the fact that they're on that huge fucking edge of a cliff as well, you know, I'm not sure I'd be peeking over the end. I'm not a massive fan of heights, to be honest. But no, it just looks amazing, Chris.
Yeah, it does. It looks lovely. And obviously, the girls, they have a chat with Marielle. There's a bit of the old chit chat, the usual bollocks that they do, you know, introduce each other and all that thing. And we do get, again, the girls haven't seen Kasha without a wig, and she takes it off. And they're all like, wow, and they're clapping. They're all stood up and that. Got to give her credit, Dave. Brilliant. This is who I am. I give her complete credit for that. Really, really good. And she's like, if I need to be someone who wears it, I'll wear a wig. And that's great. And I think as well, when we get the guys come on, so the first one is Josh and Dave. That is a hell of a six-pack. Let's be honest. Yeah. He's a college baseball player. He looks the business. He looks like a model. And he does look, yeah, it sounds daft, but he looks like a UK Instagram guy that you would see. He doesn't, not that he doesn't fit being from America, because that's wrong, but he looks like, if he hadn't have spoken, I'd have thought he was English. Same haircut. The body, obviously, all the girls were like, "Oh yes, let's have a bit
Same
of that."
Chavvy, shaved at the sides,
yeah,
big
shaved
curly
at the
mop
sides.
on the head.
Yeah, one at the sides, fucking really, really good. But again,
it looks like a fucking bog brush with that haircut. I don't know. I'm guessing it must be coming back for the kids, Chris, because I've seen it fairly recently, and I'd not seen that kind of do since the 90s. You know, and it seems to be making a bit of a comeback.
Hey, hang on a minute. You called me for fucking saying hip, right? The other day. You just said a fucking do. That's like something me now. A fucking do. You got a hairdo, Dave. Come on. That's proper old granny talk, that. A fucking do.
Hey, listeners, tell us, what is worse, saying I'm hip, I'm cool, or saying I do?
Oh, God, I'm going to lose. I'm going to lose that. I know I am. Don't you be voting, Lawrence. You fucking definitely be voting against me. But no, anyway, Dave. So
he says, though, doesn't he? He says, I try not to wear a shirt if I don't have to. Fucking hell, with a six-pack like that, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't at all either. I'd be completely off the radar with that. There'd be no shirts in my fucking wardrobe, Dave. But he then... He gets there. Ariel's like, you know, step forward, ladies. And he gets 3, Dave. He gets Shannon, Kira, and Trina. And I'm like, oh, here we go. So, yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it kind of shits on my theory that no one really steps forward for the first one, or sometimes you get like one, don't you? I think with UK season 5, I seem to remember Amy stepping forward straight away. Didn't really work out that well for her. But, they don't want to appear like too eager. Whereas Josh, straight away, they're all like, yeah, liking a bit of that.
Dave, look, it is what it is, isn't it? They genuinely have to go with the looks, and he had it, and he picked Shannon, didn't he? So, like you say, he steps up really good. The next one's Corey, 28, Dave. And he comes over, he's chatting away and that, and he gets burnt, basically. The old classic Love Island. Will somebody pick you? And he's like, I'm a really good guy. And he doesn't get anybody, but he does pick Kira, Dave, the girl from Hawaii. So I think she was a little bit disappointed. But I love the excuses from the girls. It happens if it's not like, so why didn't you pick him? But you've ended up with, well, he just scared me. And I'm like, I don't know if he break my heart. And I'm like, oh, they've really, they've done well here with the excuses, Dave. I've got to give him credit.
You know what he reminds me of? Reminds me of Michael. Again, I'm going back to Love Island UK season 5, and it's the tattoo design. And I think they said, he looks like a bit of a heartbreaker, and he said, I'm a nice guy. Obviously, we know how that all turned out. So, what I would say is, Corey, he does, like, from his whole VT and stuff, he's a branch manager, and, I think he seems like quite a nice guy as well. But he does have that kind of heartbreaker look to him, doesn't he? And I think it's the tats and that whole look.
Yeah, and I think what was interesting when Kasia says, though, I want someone with a bit more muscles. She's talking about the different guys. I mean, the next one's Christian, who looks like he stepped off a 1990s cop movie. He's got the blonde, Point Break. We reviewed Point Break on VHS Strikes Back a few weeks ago. And it looks like he was an extra off that. He's got the bleached blonde hair. He runs a coffee shop with his friend. He's got a moustache. And I was like, wow. And he tells us, Dave, accurately that he slept with 99 girls. Now, do we believe that? Like he's going to pop his cherry with one of these girls on the show at home? Exactly. And he said, what our good friend Chasen said off The Bachelorette, Dave, they were all smoke shows. And we know how that went on The Bachelorette. I picked up on that straight away. But again, nobody stepped forward for him, Dave, at all. And it was a classic. And he ends up picking Trina, doesn't he? But I just think he looked completely out of place compared to everyone else on the finger. He could be a lovely guy, and he probably is, but he probably was the only one who looked like he just walked on the set off the street and just ended up in the lineup. And then they're like, all right, yeah, are you here for Love Island? Yeah, that's me. Yeah, we're really delivering a fucking Uber Eats or something at fucking McDonald's. He's ended up on the show. But
it's one of the stage crew or something. He's doing the lighting. He's like, oh, this fella here, Christian's not turned up. Right. Get this fucking shirt off. Right, I'm in.
Oh my God. Unbelievable.
With that fucking hair, he looks like a fucking cockatoo. Like, I've never seen anyone with such a contrast. He's got it shaved at the sides and then this white bleached hair look. It is very weird. But I'll tell you what, Chris, with the cap on particularly, this guy is little Joe Exotic. This is Tiger King in the making, right? He looks like him. And I just think he, especially with the cap on, and you're going to notice it now, so look out for it in episode 2. He does have a bit of a Joe Exotic look about him.
I agree, Dave. I do totally agree. And I think, I did think Kasia was a bit harsh to the point, but it was like, I want someone more muscular. Like, who the fuck do you want? Fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger or something?
He is a bit skinny. He says he's a surfer, right? He's got my complexion, and I work in an office. Home at the minute, but get out in the fucking sun. So he's as white and pasty as I am. So yeah, I don't know how much I buy that, but it was. Well, she said she was a bit muscular, and I was looking at her, I was thinking, really? I don't know if she was just suffering for a bit of verbal diarrhea there, Chris, because what she was saying and what I was seeing didn't quite match up. So, I mean, he's not got a bad body, has he? He's kind of skinny. He's got few little muscles, I guess. But, so he's just not as big as the other guys. But yeah, a way to fucking emasculate someone.
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You know what?
She's not going to say, though, is she? She's not going to go, look, with that fucking hair, he looks like a knob. I mean, let's face it, fucking look at him. It's probably what she was saying internally, which is why, she had to make up that on the spot.
But what about the next one, Dave? Giovanni, is it Giovanni? And he's the guy who comes down the slide. He's a bit cocky, a bit brash, but 10 out of 10, Dave, for coming down the slide. He took advantage of the scenery. That's exactly what me and you probably would have done. And we would have gone, hello, here I am. And they'd all gone, no, we're not picking you. Yeah, and nobody picked him.
Yeah. Yeah, but the difference is, fucking, did you see how he, left the slide?
I was going to go forward.
Slide. Yeah, it is. So the difference is, I'd be fucking drowning. I'd be like, oh, my back. Because I'm fucking slammed into the bottom, which I've done. Yes. I don't know if you've done on those really steep
slides. Yes, I have. Quite recently as well.
You're just I need to walk this one off.
Oh, Dave, you know what? And he reminded me, I swear to God, it reminded, and you're so right. When we went away in 2019, it was mine and Sam's 20th wedding anniversary. And all three of us went with George. And there was a water park. And on our wedding anniversary, Sam's she grew up on going on rides and everything. Her dad, God rest his soul, would take him, Leslie take him on everything. We'd go any slide, he's on it, jump. I've seen him dive from 20 feet in the air, Dave, in Tenerife and that. When he was 62, 63, he never had any fear. We always had to go on the rides with him, whether you liked him or not. You're going on these roller coasters and that. So Sam's like, we're going to go on this. We've got to go to this theme park for our wedding anniversary. I wasn't that bothered, but I was like, it's something different. Let's do it. And Jordan's not a big fan of the ride. So she'd sort of go on the odd one, but she won't do the big ones. Well, there's obviously one called a kamikaze, Dave. So as you've just said, the steep thing, you've got to go up about 7 or 8 flights of stairs. You get to the top. And these 2 slides, there's either the soft ass one where you go down and there's a bit of a bump, then you go down. It's still good, but not think, there's the one that's the sheer drop. So Mr. YouTuber who does fucking holiday vlogs says to Sam, film this for me, Sam. It'll look great in the vlog. I'm queuing up for ages. I get to the top and I'm like, and I am a bottle merchant. I'll go on every ride, but I always get that fear just before.
Just in the pit of your stomach.
In what the fuck? Once I'm fastened in, and obviously on these water rides, you're not, but once I'm fastened in on a roller coaster, I went on the Stratosphere Vegas that hangs you over the side. And Sam didn't press record properly. So you just get one flash of it, and I'm at the back. And I wanted to be at the front, but I was at the back and my arse fell out. I'm like, if we go over the side here, this is 1,000 feet in the air, I'm dead. So I do have that bottle. Even when I'm on a roller coaster and you're going up slowly before you get that first drop, I'm absolutely in bits. I'm trying to be cool, Dave, but I'm a proper shitbag. So I get to the top and Sam's there waving yay, this is Jordan. And Dave, it was fucking well high. And I'm like, and it's one of the highest water slides in Spain, in Europe. And honestly, it gets to that bit where it was me. And I'm like, oh my God, if Sam wasn't here, I'm going back down the stairs. And I hadn't the chance to bottle it. And I went down, I couldn't breathe. I whacked me back. I burnt me. You get the joins of where the joint
is. Horrible, isn't it?
There's no water there. I've got fucking whip marks all over me back. I come down like a fucking bullet and I couldn't breathe. I get up and honestly, I'm like that to Sam, turn it off. It was a mess, honestly. And I've got it in the vlog, actually, one of the vlogs. But honestly, the way I come out of it, I'm really happy. I wasn't. I'm like, turn it off. I was fucking a wreck, honestly. So as soon as he come down, just like one of my stories, but as soon as he come down and he took off, I was like, oh my God, that is steep, because he proper shot down like a bullet. But he got nobody picking him, Dave. Nobody again. And I'm like, oh, fucking hell. And he ends up picking Olivia, but I've got to say, he pulled it back because he said to her, with this green goddess, what an Amazon. And she's like, oh yeah, twirling her hair and everything, like, oh, that's lovely. So I think he got a few brownie points there, but sorry, go on.
I didn't. He's right with the Amazon. I mean, when she stood there, I'm thinking, fuck me, she's bred. She's got Viking blood in her. Yeah, she's a big lady, isn't she? And I don't mean she's not fat. She's just everything about her is just massive. You could properly see her as a Viking.
Yeah, definitely. And he says you've got legs for hours, doesn't he? You know, he really complimented her. But I'd say we had a bit of a problem with when they were coupled up. Why the fuck did they keep doing that stupid VT of who the couples were? So you get the first couple and we get, you know, and then you get the second one. But what they do is they don't just say these are a couple. We get the other couples that have been. So we end up with one couple on the VT, then two, then three, then four, then five. And it's the same thing, just adding a couple.
It's American TV, isn't it? Those are all the ad breaks that we don't see over here.
Ah, right. Oh, is that what it is? Right. Okay. Right.
I'm assuming it is. I mean, it's adverts every 5 minutes, isn't there?
Oh, yeah. I've definitely seen that. But yeah, just a bit weird. But Dave, some will say we picked the best for last. But this fucking 1990s haircut model, Jeremy, PT from New York, with some tremendous haircut. Now, we don't have haircuts like that in the UK, Dave, do we? Nobody. It's very rare you get a lot of people with free-flowing hair like that. Other than yourself, Dave. I just realised. Maybe it's just shut my mouth.
Fuck off with your 1990s.
I want it that way. Yeah. But no, he's got some amazing hair, and he comes in, Dave, and he's like a tank. And I'm thinking of Kasha straight away because she's already said she wants someone with muscles and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And he straight away, he gets Kira, Kasha, and Trina stepping forward. Kasha had to step forward. She says that just before to Ariel, like, I've got to step forward. But he had to pick of three lovely ladies, Dave, and he picks Trina. And I was like, nice, really nice. And he looks the part, this lad. Whether he's got a personality, I don't know. But from what I saw, I was like, yeah, this guy's got it going on.
Yeah, he's definitely been taking his vitamins, hasn't he? But yeah, cracking body, best body out of all the blokes. I think, you know, he's tattooless as well. So, you know, you've got a real kind of diverse cast here, haven't you? You've got lots of different shapes and sizes. My favourite bit, though, is once everyone's kind of coupled up, you've just got old fucking Joe Exotic on the side there, Christian. And so he has to couple up with Kasha at the end, which my autocorrect keeps wanting to say cashew.
He was in the first series of Love Island US, wasn't he, Dave? Cashew.
Casual, was it? Or something?
I thought it was Casual. Was it Casual?
Yeah, that's it. Casual.
Yeah, Casual. Yeah. How I pick these names out, I do not know, Dave. But yeah, so they all get together. And then you've got the couples talking and just seeing each other out, don't we? You know, Jeremy there with Trina, and they're having a bit of a chat, and it seemed to go pretty well. But I will say, I did hear Olivia sort of say about Shannon, about she's going to break some hearts, and obviously, I don't think Shannon is feeling it. With,
she's bored with Josh already, isn't she?
Already, yeah.
Day one.
I want the chase, she says, and all this, didn't she? I want the chase. And I'm like, they're not going to be together. So that's one straight away. I think she's going to be hard work, Dave. It's good to know what you want, but she seems very headstrong. Whether that's because she works on construction sites and she's got to be aggressive with the guys to survive. I get it. I totally get it. Sam works in an industry full of men. The car industry, it's always like somewhat out of a bloody 1970s movie sometimes. She always says it's so sexy. So maybe it's like a thing, but he didn't do a lot wrong. But also, if he's boring her, she's got to go where her heart is.
A real chat, though, isn't it?
No. I agree with that.
Yeah, I think she's very comfortable with her roots there. You know, she must like the whole roots and blonde look to her. So I think she's going to turn some heads herself. You know, some new fit guys are going to come in. I think she's going to be interested in them. I think Josh has got no chance. You can sort of see that very early on. Kashi and Joe Exotic, Christian, you know, I don't see that's going to go nowhere either. And I don't know. I've not seen enough of the couples yet, but I just find them a bit more authentic. You know, in the UK this season, I just feel like so many of them have been agonizing over how they look on Instagram. They've forgotten how to interact with other human beings. And so I just find these a bit more kind of authentic. And I think they're just, obviously we've been through this massive pandemic. I just think they're looking to have a good time. And I think it's going to get fucking messy, Chris.
I do, Dave. I do. We had the little card game, you're right. And Jeremy and Trina's kiss was the best. But what made me laugh is anybody, when he could pick 3 girls, it wasn't like the UK one, Dave, where they all start snogging each other. It was a peck on the cheek if you weren't partnered up with them. So that was quite interesting. There's a bit of respect there. But Dave, we think that's the end of it. And then 2 gods get announced. So we get Will from Colombia, Dave, with a great accent.
You know what it reminds me of, right?
Chico.
We've just watched on the VHS Strikes Back, probably a couple of months ago now, Police Academy.
Oh,
and the guy in there is like Judge Martin, and he's actually from New York, but he just puts on the like Spanish accent to get the ladies. He's probably from New Jersey or something, Dave. You're probably right. He's a proper American. He's called Will, but yeah, he says he's from Colombia. He has got a jawline and dimples, hasn't he? He sort of he pokes fun at himself, for being this Latin lover. I'm surprised they've let him in. So I think he'll break some hearts in there. But fucking, I tell you what, old Cinco there, built like a fucking tank, Chris.
Oh, yeah. I kept thinking of Kasha straight away, thinking fucking Joe Exotic's going to have to go and open a new fucking zoo soon because he's not going to be with her next episode because he's right up her street, Dave. What a tank he is. What a big fucker as well. Good-looking guy. He had all the girls pouring over him, definitely.
Now, we do have some tea here, Chris, and I don't know if you'll have seen this, but credit to Hales on our Patreon Discord channel. Chris, he's actually got a girlfriend on the outside.
Oh,
we know this already.
Here we go, yeah.
Right. Well, usually we find out afterwards, don't we? We find out, like old Grant Crap, and that really is his name from season 1 Australian Love Island. But this guy told his girlfriend he had a job opportunity, so he had to go to Hawaii for a bit. Next thing, pops up on Love Island. So it's all over social media.
I'm going to go and get a paper. I'm just nipping to the 7-Eleven in the US. I'm just going to get some milk and a paper. I'll see you later. Fucked off for 2 months. Well, brilliant.
He did say he was going to Hawaii for a job opportunity, to be fair. So, he didn't say he was going to be just back. But, it's all blown up over social media. Now, I shouldn't laugh because, she's obviously devastated, but better she finds out now than like 5 years' time. What fucking, what a great bit of drama to kick the season off with, Chris.
Oh, outstanding. Absolutely outstanding, Dave. I agree. But I'm going to get a hashtag going here, Dave. Hashtag justice for Shannon from the UK Love Island, because the US one did not follow suit and boot someone off on the first day. That was a bit nuts. He's definitely more.
No, did the UK one. It was episode 2, wasn't it?
All right, Dave. There's no need for technicalities. It's just hashtag justice for Shannon. There's no need for that.
Because they had, the whole the like card game. So that's what we're going to get in episode 2 for the US as well, isn't it? Yes. They all seem to be dressed up in like Victorian outfits and stuff in the scorching heat. That must be roasting. But and remember, it was she pied off Toby in that, and then I think it was at the end of that there was like Chloe had come in and there was a recoupling. Actually, you know what? It might have even been episode 3, but she'd only been in there like 48 hours, and then she was off. So they do play around with the rules a little bit, don't they? So who knows what they'll do here? But it looks like from the preview that we're going to get. The guys are going to choose whichever girls they want. And we've not seen them really interact too much yet. So I don't know which way they're going to go there.
No, I'm with you on that, Dave. So, Dave, brilliant. We've got it out of the way. We are number 1 in the bag. Big thanks to our Patreon, patreon.com/CD RealityCast. Roll call of honour, as always. Big thanks to you guys for supporting us. We've got Ken Gustafson, Lucky Lily Green, Lauren, Tracy, Haley, Tennessee Green, Susan, Priscilla, and we've got the wonderful Ed, a.k.a. David Brent. So thank you, guys. And if you want to email us, cdrealitycast@gmail.com, and give us a follow on social media and get involved in the chat at cdrealitycast. And that's everything, that Dave. Amazing again, mate. And we are absolutely working overtime on this one.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to have to get on to episode 2 at some point. So I'll speak to you next time.
Bye.